Today, you are going to practice loading film onto a developing tank. A developing tank will look like this. You can pick up the pieces over by the sink on the side of the classroom. Each tank has a lid. Inside will be a reel, a post, and the bottom of the actual tank. Some tanks are double tanks and will have 2 reels inside. I'm going to show you guys how to do this on a small reel, on our small tank. So the reel should be put together like this so that these pieces line up straight in a line. The reel does twist back and forth, but you want it to be able to be lined up when it's all put together. To open it, you can see I just twisted this apart and clicked it back into place. If it is not lined up correctly, this is not correct. If it's not lined up correctly before you start processing film, you want to do that at the very beginning. So to process film, you need the tank with all of its pieces, the reel, you need a bottle opener, a pair of scissors, and your roll of film. You will also need a black bag. I'm not going to show you this inside the black bag because then you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to set that aside. So at the beginning of this process, you'll open up the black bag. There's a double zipper. You're going to open it up. You're going to put everything inside the black bag. You're going to zip the zipper in one direction, and then zip the zipper in the other direction. And then you would do this process with your arms inside of the black bag like this. Okay, so you would do everything inside of this black bag. I, however, am going to show you the process outside of the black bag because if I did it inside, like I said, you won't see anything that I actually did. So to start this process, once everything is inside the black bag, you're going to hold your film in a fist with the flat side up, and you're going to use your bottle opener to pry open the top of the film. Now, you're going to do this inside of the black bag because as soon as I do this right here in the classroom outside of the black bag, I'm ruining this film because I'm letting light come into the film. So inside my black bag, I'm going to open up the canister. To do that, you're going to hook the bottle opener on the little black rim of this. When you guys are practicing today, you will not do this step. It will already be out of the canister for you because I cannot waste a bunch of rolls of film allowing you guys to practice this part. So I'm gonna pull my film out of the little canister and I'm gonna remove the leader. The leader is the part of the film right here that feeds into your camera. I'm gonna cut approximately 2 inches 1 to 2 inches about, of the leader off of the film. So that's garbage, this is garbage, and this is garbage. Now the end of my film is nice and straight. I'm gonna take my reel and I'm gonna line this reel up with the little flat ledge right here facing myself, facing you. So if you're watching on the video, it's going to be backwards. You're watching this video as if you're sitting across from me. So this part of the reel needs to be facing you who are loading the film. I'm going to take this film and I'm going to lead it on to this little ledge and I'm going to gently pull it past the 2 little silver ball bearings in the film reel. I'm then going to take my thumbs and I'm going to gently march this forward as I'm twisting one side of the reel back and forth. So I'm just kind of using my thumbs to gently march this forward. It should go on easy. If it does not go on easy, there's a good chance that you're doing something wrong. If that was the case, you can twist this film off and start again. But I'm gonna keep marching, keep marching, keep marching until I get to the end of the film. Now, this has to be removed before I can put the reel in the tank. I'm going to cut off that little plastic post that also becomes garbage. I'm gonna twist once or twice more, and then I'm gonna make sure my post is in the tank. I'm gonna set my reel on top, and I'm gonna close this, and this is all happening inside that black bag. So once I have this all in the tank like this with the lid on, now it is safe for light to touch and I could take it out of my black bag and take it to the sink to process. I will not remove this black lid until I am completely done with the whole processing process so that it doesn't get exposed to light. Now, that's what to do with a little tank. If you have a large tank, it works very similarly. So I'll show you one more time on the large tank. So to remove the film from here, I'm gonna leave the flat edge towards me. I'm gonna hold firm in my left hand, twist forward with my right hand. You'll hear a little click, and then you can pull that away. Wet film will not be this curly, but dry film is pretty curly. And then I'm gonna put this back together, making sure that it's lined up correctly. I'm gonna set this tank and reel aside. So the towel tanks. Sometimes there will be many students processing film at once and somebody's gonna have to use a towel tank. It works exactly the same. So I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna set my reel aside, my extra reel. I'm gonna put my post in my tank with the large side down. I'm gonna make sure that my reel is lined up before I start. And I'm just gonna kind of unwind my film. I'm going to lead the flat end through the ball bearings, and I'm going to gently march this forward. Like I said, if it's going on correctly, you should not have any snags. It should go on very easy. If you're getting snagged, or if it's not twisting forward, when you march it forward, you're doing something wrong. You should pull it off and try again. So I'm gonna march this forward until the very end. Remember, if this was film that just came out of the canister, I would have to cut this end off, march once or twice more. It's very, very important with these tall tanks that your film goes in first and a blank reel goes on top. The reason for that is we use the same amount of chemicals. We're only gonna fill the chemicals halfway, and that second reel is in there to help push your film all the way to the bottom to make sure that the chemicals touch everything. You're gonna twist the lid on. You're going to remove it from the black bag, and then you can begin processing. So today, what you're going to do is practice this until you feel like you're a pro. Processing film takes about 35 minutes, and we have 47-minute classes. So that means that you need to get your film ready and on the reel with enough time to process film and clean up at the end of class, which means that you need to put the film on the reel within the first 5 to 10 minutes of class. So you need to be a pro. The first couple of times you do this in class, I will be out in the classroom to help you, but when it comes time to process maybe your third roll of film or so, you will be doing this while I'm in the dark room. So you need to make sure that you fully understand how to do the process. So I'm going to remove the film one more time just so you can see how to take it off. So with the flat edge towards you, you're going to hold tight with your left hand, twist forward with your right hand, pull the reel apart, and then make sure when you put it back together, it's lined up correctly.